There's Peanut in the background. She was fighting me before, but I couldn't get the camera on in time, which is always the case, by the way. Very difficult to record her doing her fun things. My timing's just perfectly bad. It's not even as if, actually, she knows when I'm about to press record on my phone or on my computer if she's sitting in my lap, and then she stops. It's not that. It has nothing to do with her. It's just that I always end up waiting too long. I don't realize it or whatever. And by the time I get to press and record, she's just about done. Sometimes, right? It's just all kinds of reasons why I can't get the most fun stuff with Peanut on film or on digital. I can't get the ones and zeros of Peanut being Peanut in her active stages. So I'll keep working on it. I have some, but if she's been playing for 5 minutes, it's the last 30 seconds of it. You know, that's just, this is the course. This is the entire history of my relationship with her. It's like this. I've got, 40-second videos from 7 years ago when she was running around, finishing up playing around in the kitchen, trying to jump on top of the fridge. That fridge right there. A fridge that's like pushing 6 feet, jump from the ground all the way up, almost to the top. Pull those calendar magnets off the fridge. What are you doing back there? She's a little bit energized right now. There she is, see her? Did you hear that? She turned around and sped off the other way. She gets the little rips. She gets some rips. Oh, now she's in the bedroom doing it. So she likes to get behind the blinds, the wooden blinds, and knock them around. I think she probably sees some birds. Some birds are outside today. What's the degrees? 38 degrees and foggy. Anyhow, I thought I would get to work on a draft of the AA-DHD YouTube strategy group meeting minutes for meeting number 25, which I'm calling Clark's House. And it's the mini introduction biography-ish of Clark. Last week I did Luch. The week before, the first one, I did Gil-galad. This one, Clark Shwee, otherwise known as DJ HeadPhonz, or sometimes we just call him Phones. That's HeadPhonz spelled with a P-H-O-N-Z, capital Z. Anyway, let's just jump right in. He's one of the inaugural members with Gil and Wyrick. These three guys showed up at the back of the library on day one from my Craigslist post. Clark's the youngest of the group, and it's a bit of a thing because we're all Gen Xers, and it turns out that Clark is a cusp Gen Xer. He's like a Gen Y, which they call them millennials now, like right at the cutoff. And apparently it's been a sore subject all through growing up. He's got 2 older brothers and an older sister. His older brothers, well, they're all Gen X, except for him. And his 2 older brothers, Warren and Ned, were relentless in making fun of him about him not being in Gen X. I don't know what they were, why they had to be such jerks about it. But I'll tell you this is probably mean. His brother Warren spells his name with 3 R's. I don't know what Warren's doing making fun of Clark with a name like that. But whatever, Warren. Anyhow, so Clark, DJ HeadPhonz, huge house music, like electronic dance music, like house, techno, all that stuff from started in the late 80s, electronic dance music. It's a thing. If you're not aware of it, you should get aware of it. It's been around for a while, but he really loves the house music. There's all kinds of genre, right? Drum and bass, techno, and then a bunch of other genre that I don't care. Trance, hardcore, electro. I'm a house music fan myself, but Phones is, so anyway, he is a DJ and an electronic dance music producer. In music, the producer is basically, especially in electronic music, the producer is the musician, the creator. So he's, we used to call him a wannabe, but that seems a little too dismissive because he's not actually out there DJing, and I don't know how much house music he's actually produced, but he absolutely loves it. I think he's still in practice. It's a bit of a learning curve. The gear can get expensive. I don't know. I don't get into the ins and outs of it with him. But I like to say that Clark is a house music fan and DJ producer in the making, not wannabe. Anyhow, like I said, he's very self-conscious about being a cusp Gen Xer. I tell him, you know what, man? Even though this isn't actually true, it's kind of spiritually true. Anybody can be a Gen Xer. It's all up in here, man. The coolest thing about being a Gen Xer is your attitude. And that's something that anybody can acquire. An attitude of cool and confidence. So, we try to, at least I do, try to mitigate the insecurities and bolster his ego. I think he appreciates it. Anyway, his channel is called the Smokehouse, and it's a house music appreciation celebration channel. He likes to play dance tracks, sometimes over various video game dance club scenes from like video games. Like he'll have like maybe Cyberpunk 2077 or Grand Theft Auto 5 on the TV in the background, just like a little club scene or something from these games. And then he just plays music over that and appreciates it, I guess. He's also, as we know, looking to get into the unboxing niche, which is more difficult than you might think. I think it's more difficult than he thought. What else about Clark? He loves electronic dance music album cover art. So if you go on Spotify or other, go to record stores, which they still have a few of them, they sell dance music as like singles. And they each all have their own cover art sleeves, I guess, whatever. And I don't know, they are cool. They're all different. They're all different kinds. People are creative and they do creative things with music and graphic design. Anyway, he's a bit of a dance music album cover connoisseur. So that's the thing he likes. He also really loves maps. Especially, I'm reading this stuff here, especially those homemade treasure maps he and his sister are always making for each other. He loves those. So that's a fun little game. I guess he didn't get into that. Anyway, Clark is unemployed currently, but he used to work as a repairman. Get this. For those rubber floppy, used car promotional scarecrow things, with the air and they flop around with their arms and their giant tubular head. Used to be a repairman for that stuff. Apparently there's a whole art to their creation and their behavior. I guess it's based on microscopic rubber densities that's built into the molds. It's a whole thing. So Clark's a bit of an expert on that, but as you can imagine, it's a pretty trying career. And used car dealership owners, people who own these rubber scarecrow thingies, I don't know if they're hard to get along with or hard to deal with when you have to go service these things. I don't know. Anyway, he doesn't work there anymore. And now he lives with his sister, Elwa. Elwa? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And they live just up the road from me in Luch, actually. So that's Clark. Clark Shui, DJ HeadPhonz. I'm sure if he's got a gig anywhere near here, if he ever does have a gig, we'll promote that. Yeah. I want to thank Clark, also the rest of the guys, for being a part of this group. Couldn't do it without you guys. And we'll leave it at that. Next week, the final episode in this series, we're going to get into a little bit of Wyrick, or Uric. Still don't know how to pronounce his name. He's not helping. People call him all kinds of things. That's next week. So We'll see you then. All right, YouTube.
You look bigger on camera than you do in real life, Peanut.